excerpt from our first book, following Ray, the thief character in our novel. It didn't take long to find her room. He knew she must be in the mage wing, and after only a light amount of trial and error, he found himself standing near the tree beneath her window.
He put a hand on the lowest branch and swung himself up.
He glanced through the window and saw a sleeping form, her head obscured from his view by her pillow. Kneeling, he rapped on the window.
The girl shifted and looked up at him. As soon as she turned to face him, he could tell he had the wrong roommate. Her dark hair fell wildly around her, and her eyes flashed with annoyance. Instantly, she scrambled for a light sphere. He gave her his most winning smile, but she merely raised an eyebrow. He pointed down at the latch.
She opened the latch, pushing out the window a few inches and nearly knocking him off the ledge.
I knew there was something I didn't like about these ledges, she said dryly. Most girls just have flowers.
He knelt closer to her. Don't worry, you can trust me, he told her.
Oh, well, as long as you say so. I feel much better that some stranger is attempting to sneak into my room, she said.
If I was trying to sneak into your room, I probably wouldn't have knocked, he pointed out. Now, can I ask you a favor?
You don't seem like someone with much of an alternative.
He chuckled. You're right, I'm at your mercy.
What do you want, she asked. Ray wondered if she had finally been baited into genuine curiosity, or if she was simply trying to get rid of him.
I'm looking for someone.
Wisteria, are you letting a thief into our room? Avery's voice interrupted him, and he turned to the bed on the right. Avery slid out of bed as Ray jumped into the middle of the ledge to meet her.
The moonlight coming in from the big window was behind him, so while she only saw his silhouette, he could see her softly lit features as she smiled warily at him.
Princess, you're looking lovely this evening, he said to her.
I'm sure you didn't break curfew and sneak into our room just to tell me that, Avery said with a reluctant smile. If they caught you in here...
I'd pretty much become a hero, he finished for her.
What did you come here for that couldn't wait until tomorrow? Avery looked up into his eyes.
To see for myself that you'd made it in. I'd feel terrible if I'd hurt your chances.
Despite your best efforts, I was accepted.
If you're going to hold it against me, he said, the least you can do is give me a chance to make it up to you.
Wisteria cleared her throat loudly.
But maybe this isn't the best time for that conversation, he conceded. Ladies, I'm terribly sorry to have kept you up. Given the late hour, it's perfectly understandable you forgot to invite me inside.
How rude of me, Avery allowed, though Wisteria scoffed. Would you care to exit through the door instead of your window? Avery gestured at the door behind her.
Thank you, he said, jumping through the window and into their room. And now, good...
His words were suddenly cut off by a sharp howling of wind that came from the other side of the girl's door. Tendrils of ice curled around the door handle and crept under the frame. Then the door burst open, slamming back to reveal an irate upperclassman with pale, severe features, dark hair, and the bearing of a warrior.
Wraith Ravenswood, Evelyn Icecaster said, her blue eyes fixed on the boy. I should have known you'd be the first to break curfew this year.
Lady Evelyn Icecaster, a pleasure as always, he said with a bow. It's been too long. You really should come to court more often.
You aren't charming your way out of this one, Ray, Evelyn said, advancing on him. You and these girls broke the rules. On the first night, no less.
I take full responsibility, Ray said, holding up his hands. It was entirely my fault. These girls had only the best intentions of going to sleep early tonight.
Sure. She grabbed hold of his shirt collar, leading him out of the room with a warning glare at Avery. She slammed the door shut behind her. For future reference, Raven, I'm overseeing this floor. If you absolutely must romance someone, try one of the clerics. She turned him loose in the hallway and stormed back to her room.
Well, that certainly was one way to make an exit, Ray thought. At the very least, he was sure the princess wouldn't be forgetting him anytime soon.